Coming to you from New York City, Harlem, New York City, you're watching Astrology Numerology Now for Thursday, July 22nd, 2021. I'm your host, you already know. This is Z Starman, professional astrologer, numerologist, where every week or almost every week on the show, we bring you the latest astrology news and information. This is our first show in about 5-6 weeks. We know this is pandemic season and our show time is limited. So we're doing a special Zoom version of Astrology Numerology Now. Thank you everybody for tuning in and watching the show. I hope everybody is safe and keeping them safe or themselves safe and others during this pandemic. It's still a pandemic. It's still a pandemic, and these are things that the whole world and the whole planet has got to get through. Now, I want to talk about some July or late July and the beginning of August astrology numerology highlights on tonight's show. And I want to welcome all the new viewers who are watching Astrology Numerology Now for the very first time. We're going to try to talk about the significance of the show is to bring astrology and numerology awareness to everybody, whether you like astrology or not. Everybody has a sun sign. Everybody is either Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. You're one of the 12 zodiac signs. And how does that, or how do you relate to other zodiac signs? So one of the things we're going to talk about is what is your big three? Your big three in astrology is your sun, moon, and rising sign. Those are the three most important things that makes a person who they are in astrology. Learn your big three, your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. But before we begin, I want to say happy birthday to all the Leos who are watching the show. It's Leo season. The sun went into the sign of Leo earlier today at 10:26 a.m. and it's going to stay and remain in Leo until August 22nd, 2021 at 5:34 p.m. The sun enters the Leo on various times and either one or two dates, or either sometimes it goes in the 21st or the 22nd, but it is Leo season. Happy birthday to all the Leo people. One thing to know about Leo that everyone should know about Leo is Leo's like being the boss. If you know a Leo man, he wants to be, sometimes they can be controlling. Leos are the king of the jungle, and Leos are the lioness of the jungle also. Leo women are some of the sweetest, romantic, kind, and passionate women around. And Leo men, I hate to say this about Leo men, but Leo men, they lie a lot. So if you're in a relationship with a Leo man, check him, make sure he's telling the truth. To be honest with you, the only Leo man that I ever trusted was President Obama. And he's a Leo, August 4th, 1961. But it is Leo season. And I want to say happy birthday to all the Leo people who are watching the show. Invite me to your birthday party. I'll come and do some astrology readings. If you're just tuning into the show, this is Z Starman, professional astrologer and numerologist, and this is Astrology Numerology Now. Now, 2021, again, we haven't done many shows in the last couple of months because of the pandemic. And I hope everybody's staying safe and doing the best they can to keep safe and others safe from this pandemic. Whether you decide to take a vaccination or not, be safe out there. But 2021, from a numerology point of view, is a 5 universal year. 5 is the number of changes. If we add up 2021, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 equals the number 5. And in numerology, all the numbers have a vibration about it. And the vibration of 2021 is about change, freedom, and the ability to make and act on these changes. If your birthday is adding up to the number 5, if you're born on the 5th, the 14th, or 23rd, you're having a very positive year, or should be having a very positive year. This is the number, once again, of change. In America, we had to change the president of the United States. Pretty soon in New York, there'll be a new mayor, and it's about changes. It's about a new normal that's getting ready to happen or has already happened. So make changes in your life. And again, if you're born on the 5th, the 14th, or 23rd, this is a very positive year of changes. Now, again, we started on the show. Again, this show is about astrology and numerology awareness. And it's about people getting to know themselves from an astrology and numerology point of view. If you're a Leo, there's more to you than just being a Leo. If you're a Gemini, there's more to you than just being a Gemini or a Pisces, or no matter what sign you are, there's more to you than just your sun sign. Everybody born between, let's say, August or July 22nd and August 22nd on average, you're a Leo. But there are other planets in your astrology charts or other planets in other signs that make up the totality of your astrological profile, along with your birth time. And in astrology, we call that the big 3, your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. This is who you are. I'm going to use an analogy. Let's say that makes, for you to understand what your sun sign and your moon sign and your rising sign, let's use the analogy of cars. Let's say Gemini is an astrology sign or an astrology maker, and let's say Toyota, it makes different kinds of Toyotas, cars. Toyota makes the Highlander, the Prius, the hatchback, the Corolla, the Camry. Those are different kinds of Toyotas, just like there are different kinds of Geminis, different kinds of Leos, different kinds of Virgos. Now, Toyota makes different kinds of cars. Now, the difference in all those Toyota brands that I just mentioned is the motor. The motor is different in the Camry, the Corolla, the Prius, the hatchback. And the motor is what drives the car. What your motor in astrology is your moon sign. What pushes you? You may be a Gemini, but what pushes you emotionally? And your motor can be any one of the 12 signs of the zodiac. So again, your brand is Gemini, but your moon sign or your motor, just like in a car, what pushes it? Is it 365 horsepower, 200 horsepower? Again, in astrology, your motor is your moon sign. Know what your moon sign is, what makes you emotionally. Emotionally, your moon sign is about your emotions, your feelings, what are you feeling underneath, and it deals with what kind of home and family you're from. So you can be a Gemini with the moon in Cancer, Gemini with the moon in Virgo, Gemini with the moon in Aquarius. Know who you are emotionally. And your big 3. Your big 3. Now, again, we have the sun sign, the brand, the moon sign, the emotions or motor, and the rising sign, which is determined by your birth time. And the rising sign is sort of kind of like, okay, that's a Toyota Camry, or that's a Toyota Prius, but what's the color of it? What are people picking up before they know your brand or what they're feeling before they know it. Okay, they can see it's a Toyota, but on the outside, that's what your rising sign is determined. And it could be one of the 12 signs of the zodiac. Your rising sign determines how people see you and how you react to people. And this is prevalent on your birth time. So you can be a Gemini with the moon in Cancer, and let's say your rising sign, how you're reacting to people, is Aquarius. It makes you eccentric, makes you different, it makes you scientific. So there are 144 different sun, moon sign combinations. And along with your rising sign, there's over 1,000 different combinations. That's why I always say every Gemini is different, every Virgo is different, every Pisces is different. And this is due to the placements of the planets at your time of birth and the city that you're born in. Someone could be born in New York and someone could be born, let's say, in London, England, on the same day, but we have to take into consideration that London is about 5 hours ahead of New York, and it's in a different part of the world. Know yourself from an astrology point of view. Know your husband or your spouse from an astrology point of view. A lot of people have consultations with me, and the only thing that they know is, oh, he's a Sagittarius or she's a Gemini. Know their big three also, and how you relate to each other. Again, some people say, I don't like a Taurus, or I don't like a Libra. Know how to get along with the people in the signs you don't like. That's what astrology is about. Astrology is about knowing. And a lot of people have to learn what makes people tick. That's what astrology is about. It's what's making that person tick. And the difference between everybody is their sun sign, their moon sign, and their rising sign. What's your big three? What makes you you? If you like to know your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign, give me a call after the show, or call right now and leave a message. And that number is 917-473-2211. Again, 917-473-2211 is the number to call to talk to Z Starman about astrology and about numerology. And we're going to talk about numerology for a second. Numerology is the study of numbers. There are different numerology systems on the planet. The two most popular are Pythagorean numerology system, which I use, and the Chaldean numerology system. Know how the numbers add up to your life. I used to have a math teacher years ago, and he used to say to me, if anybody, or into the class, if anybody can prove that we don't need numbers in the world, then I'll give them an A and you can go home. And you can cut the class for the rest of the year. But we're all about numbers, our ages, our birthdays, the street address that we live in, the building number that we live in. Are you compatible with that? Are you compatible with somebody, let's say if you're born on the 10th and they're born on the 26th, or if you're born on the 7th and they're born on the 5th? This is the questions or the answers that numerology gives us. It gives us the answers to how we relate to people numerically. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're living in 2021. People are looking for alternative answers besides, the church, besides the mosque, besides the temple. Look for alternative answers. That's what astrology and numerology is about. In numerology, the two most important things are your life path number The life path number is the sum total of your birthday and the personal year. And that's your month and date of birth added on to the current universal year. So get to know yourself from an astrology, numerology point of view. It's not demonic. It's not evil. It's not the devil. This is something to add on to your arsenal of understanding how you, yours, your family, your coworkers relate to each other, and knowing when to do and carry out certain events in the world. There are a lot of rich people who have astrologers, a lot of famous people who have astrologers. And I like to say to the men who are watching the show that the women are way ahead of the men when it comes to understanding astrology and numerology. The women know everything. They're smarter than men. I'll say that. They're way smarter than men. And they know more astrology and numerology than men do. So men, now's the time for you to catch up, to understand your spouse or your partner or your significant other by knowing their big three. And again, if you want to know your big three, if you want to know your life path number, which is the sum total of your birthday, if you want to know your personal year, which is the number of your month and day of birth added to the calendar year, give me a call. I'll tell you. I'll show you how to relate from an astrology and numerology point of view. Again, that number is 212, not 212. It's 917-473-2211. 917-473-2211. Or you can find me on any social media platform. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram as Z Starman. Or you can email me at astrologylover@hotmail.com. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, know who you are from an astrology point of view. It's 2021. What are you waiting for? The whole world, for the most part, are into astrology and numerology. Now, with that said, with the time left in the show, and I hope people take advantage of my offer to know themselves from an astrology, numerology point of view, is what we're going to talk about now is some of the highlights, the astrological and numerology highlights for 2021. And again, we're going to start off by one more time saying happy birthday to all the Leos. The sun is in Leo starting on July 22nd to August 22nd. And happy birthday to the Leos once again. They're the boss. And this helps out all the other fire signs. The other fire signs are Aries and Sagittarius. So when it's Leo season, it helps out fire signs. If you have other planets in fire signs, even in Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, it helps you also. We have Sagittarius rising, that helps you. We have Leo rising, it helps you. The sun being in the sign of Leo helps out all the other fire signs. Let's see, up next, let's see, what are we going to talk about next? And this whole thing, I'm doing it through Zoom. I'm all thumbs basically with Zoom. So again, this from a numerology point of view, because the name of the show is Astrology Numerology. Now, we're in a 5 universal year. And the 5 universal year, the number 5. See, in numerology, we work from 1 to 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have the master numbers, 11, 22, and 33. Those are higher vibrational numbers. But for 2021, we're in a 5 year. And the 5 is about change. Now, there are subdivisions of the universal year. July 2021 was a number 3 universal month. We take the universal year 5 and add the number 7 because July is the 7th month of the year. 5 plus 7 equals 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. So a lot of creative things, or to be in creativity. And it favors people born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, and the 3rd and the 30th of the month. So there's subdivisions of numerology you have to understand. July was a 3 universal month. The month of August is a number 4 universal month. The vibration of the 4 is work, organization, building things, being detailed. That's what the number 4 is all about. So August 2021 is a number 4 universal month. August is the 8th month, plus 5 equals 13. 1 plus 3 equals 4. Know your personal year, know your universal month. If you don't know, again, I can tell you, you can call me after the show. Now, some of the planetary shifts, we've got a couple of minutes left in the show. So much to talk about. We have 4 retrograde planets right now. We have 4 retrograde planets. And retrograde's about timeouts and a chance to fix and repair things. And those 4 retrograde planets are Jupiter, which is retrograde in Pisces, about to go back into the sign of Aquarius. Saturn is also retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. So a lot of work for Aquarian people to do if you got Aquarius rising sign. This helps out the other air signs like Libra and Gemini. We have Neptune, all you Pisces people, is retrograde also. So you may be going through some difficult times, and especially with Virgos, because Neptune in Pisces is opposite of Virgo. And also we have Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So a lot of Taurian people, if we have Taurus rising sign, you're going through some upheaval and changes in your life, because that's what Uranus and Taurus does, or that's what the planet Uranus does. It's about upheaval and change. So we have 4 retrograde planets. Later this month, we'll have 5 retrograde planets. Let me correct that. Pluto is retrograde, not Uranus. Pluto is retrograde, and Uranus will be retrograde in a couple of weeks. So we'll have 5 retrograde. So combined with that, it's combined with the number 5, it's all about change. Make those changes, even in the midst of the pandemic. Make changes, do something different. Start your own business, start your own counseling session, put out that play, that musical, whatever you want to do. It's about change. We got about 4 minutes left in the show. For planets, again, we have Venus in the sign of Virgo. Venus will be in Virgo from July 29th to September 14th. Excuse me, let me get that right. July 21st to August 16th. Venus is in the sign of Virgo. Venus is about money and possessions and things that you own. Virgo people, time to tighten up on your money and possessions and things that you own. Also moving into the sign of Virgo is Mars is in Virgo also. A lot of Virgo people, I want you to be calm, not to fight with people, because Mars is about energy, war, and action. And Mars is a violent planet. Take it slow as you make the changes in your life. Be careful of your diet and the things that you eat, Virgo people. But with the combination of Venus and Mars in the sign of Virgo, again, this is going to sort of kind of help other earth signs. And the other earth signs are Capricorn and Taurus. So we got Venus and Mars in the sign of Virgo coming up. And again, Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance, is in Pisces. But on July 28th, it's going to go back into the sign of Aquarius, retrograde back into the sign of Aquarius, and it won't be back in the sign of Pisces to next year, or till the end of the year, like the end of December. So now it's a great opportunity for all the air signs. The air signs are the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. The universe is sending divine providence and intervention with you right now. And it's time to cash in on wherever Jupiter is in your chart right now, and especially being in the sign of Aquarius. First, 1960 has the moon in Capricorn, and the number 8 life path, and his personal year is 6. Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, just went into outer space, and he's a Capricorn. January 12th, 1964, his moon sign is Sagittarius. He has an Aries rising sign, and as you all know, I love sports, and we're going to congratulate Giannis Antetokounmpo. His birthday, December 6th, 1994, his moon sign is Aquarius. He just won the NBA championship. That's about all the time we have for astrology numerology now. I want to thank my producer director, Dietrich Kelsey, and you, the viewers, for watching. If you want to know more, give me a call after the show. This is Z Starman wishing you peace, love, light. Namaste. Be safe.